How much longer are you going to settle for being average? You need to decide. It's been months of you training, saying you want to level up your physique, level up your mindset, level up your life, start achieving more, feeling proud of yourself, lose that little kangaroo pouch, and become the man that you know you're destined to be. But you're still in the same position you were 3 months ago. Why? Because you haven't made a decision. You've tried some things to make your life better. You've cleaned up your diet a bit. You've been hitting the gym, but you're still not seeing results because you haven't decided. Now, Devin, what the fuck are you talking about decided? I'm going to tell you because I was you. I was in your shoes where I was training, showing up, and feeling like I couldn't move forward. Feeling like no matter what I did, I couldn't make any progress. Because I hadn't made a decision that I wanted to change my results. I was still stuck in the same old mindset that was getting me mediocre results. I didn't fully commit to changing my circumstance, changing my physique. And that's why I stayed stuck, and that's why you're going to stay stuck until you decide. When I was in the gym 5-6 days a week, I didn't have clear goals. I wasn't actively really trying to achieve a specific outcome. I just wanted to look better, to get in better shape, to feel more energetic, to get rid of brain fog, have more mental clarity. But I didn't have a specific target. And I hadn't decided that I was going to have those results. Because here's the thing. If you don't decide that you are going to change your results and become concrete in what you want from life, life will not give you what you want. If you haven't decided that you want to be 180 pounds with a six-pack, with bicep veins, with a big pecs and big legs, and you want to be absolutely shredded, life's not going to give you that. For you to achieve anything that's above average, you need to have above average effort. You need real structure and real planning if you want to get somewhere you've never been before. And if you want to get results you've never had, you need to get uncomfortable and do things that you've never done. So for me, what was the biggest game changer in me leveling up my physique, and I'll put a picture right here of the difference that making a decision made for me. The biggest game changer for me was deciding that I wanted to get this up to 10% body fat. I wanted abs, I wanted a six-pack, I wanted to be lean. Not because I cared about the physique, because I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. I wanted to feel proud of myself. I wanted to feel accomplishment. I wanted to attract women. Okay? That's what I wanted. I wanted a presence when I walked in the room. And the second I decided I was going to do it, I built a real structure and program behind it, and I got it done. Because the thing is, what you think controls your emotions. What you feel controls what you do, and what you do controls your results. So if you want to change your results, you need to change your way of thinking. Because when I wasn't fully committed to leveling up, it was so much easier for me to give into the temptations. It was so much easier to say, you know what? I don't really need to track this meal. You know what? I'll eat this chocolate cake. Yeah, I'll smoke some weed here. Yeah, I'll come out drinking, no problem. Because I didn't feel like I was deterring from anything because I didn't have a vision. I didn't have a clear vision. But once I decided I was going to get clear on my vision, and I got clear on that vision, my whole world changed. Because then it became very clear which things I was doing were not aligned with that vision. And I started saying no to the bullshit, no to the processed foods, no to the alcohol. And next thing you know, my progress improved daily, then weekly, then monthly. Fast forward 3 years, my whole fucking life changed. I was making $500 a week, out of shape, working a job I hated, living at my parents'. Now, I'm jacked as fuck. I own a business. I don't work for anyone. I live on my own terms. I'm living in a luxury apartment in Florida. All right? My life changed very quickly once I decided I was going to change it. So until you make a concrete decision that you are deciding today you want to change, you're going to stay right where you're at. So get comfortable in mediocrity or step up. Step up to the plate. Step into your new reality. Make a bold decision. Tell everyone around you you're going to step into this new reality and start thinking different. Start thinking in the mind frame of the man that you want to become. Because if you don't do that, you'll never become that man. Because right now, your brain operates on a programming that has got you the results that you have. The reason you still have a kangaroo pouch, the reason you have some muscle, but you still have more body fat than you'd like, and you can't see the definition you want, is because the way that you've been thinking to this point has led to habits which has got you where you're at. You keep having these fucking cheat meals during the week, and you wonder why you look like shit and feel like shit. You claim you have no motivation. That's because you're eating foods that are fucking up your metabolism and destroying your energy levels, so you're not recovering well, so you can't build the muscle you want. There's ways of thinking that have got you where you are. If you want to get somewhere new, you need to change the way you think. You need to be bold and make decisions as that man. So you need to start meditating on these things and thinking about and writing down what you want to become. What does that man do when he wakes up? What are the habits that he has? How does he eat? How does he train? Is he guessing? Is he winging it? Or is he eating with intention? Is he tracking his workouts so he can look fucking sick? Or is he just winging it in the gym? Does he have cheat meals? Or is he a fucking man and he stays stuck on his diet that actually gets him results? You need to start figuring this shit out and then walking and talking as that man now so you can attract that man and everything that that man has. If that man has a hot girlfriend, you need to write down exactly what she looks like. Because what happens is when your mind starts to focus on the things you want, the world and the universe will align for you and start putting them in your place. For example, if you're in a lot of debt and you keep thinking about that debt, you're going to attract more debt. That's the way the world works. You get what you get out, what you put in. Think of a pendulum, right? If you put in a lot, you get out a lot. If you put in a little, you get out a little. That's the way the life works. So if you want to get incredible results, you need to put all your chips on the table, pick your balls up, flap them on the table and say, here I am, world. I'm going to go for what I want. I refuse to sit another day not reaching my full potential. That's the way you need to think from here on out. Otherwise, get comfortable being average. And I know that's not what you want to do, and that's why you're here. And I want you to start winning. I'm making this video because I was you. I was the lowest of the low, bro. I fucking hated myself. I had no self-control with my emotions, no self-control with my eating. I was having cheat meals left and right. I was still smoking weed. I was vaping. I was jerking off to porn. And I wondered why I had so much anxiety. I wondered why I felt like shit and had low energy. I was doing things that were draining my energy, not supporting my goals. Anything you feel, any emotion you feel can be pinpointed and channeled, harnessed, and used towards your goals. Because your emotions are like a knife. Emotions are a knife. A knife can be used to stab and murder someone, and a knife can be used to cut up some food to donate to charity. You get to choose what to do with it, and your emotions are no different. Now remember, your emotions drive your actions drive your results. Now once you realize you're in full control of your mind and you can focus on only what you want out of life, then when you feel an emotion, it can be used to channel energy towards your goals. Because all emotion is energy. If you're having a day and you're feeling fantastic, you're feeling great and positive, you can channel that positivity and that great feeling into doing more productive things and having a more productive day and moving the needle closer to becoming the man you want to become. Now, if you're having a shitty day and it feels like nothing's going right and maybe somebody pisses you off, perfect. Now you have unlimited motivation and energy to channel into having a hardcore workout, into going harder on your business. When you understand that you have made a decision and you write that decision out and you proclaim yourself to the world and make it known that you're not willing to settle, you could step into your new reality and finally start living the life you've always wanted to live. But until you decide you want that, and I mean decide to the point where you start talking to yourself saying, I will have it, because the power of your words mean everything. Your subconscious mind is what derives your habits. But here's what happens with your subconscious mind. All it can do is listen. It takes orders. So if you're thinking to yourself, man, I'm just no good, man. I'm not meant for this. My genetics suck. Your subconscious mind is going to pick up on that, and it's going to give you habits that align with those thoughts. That's not going to get you results. So you need to start thinking, I will do anything it takes to get to this point. I will figure this out. I will get shredded. I will make more money. I will bag that girl. I will do this. Because then your subconscious mind will start aligning habits that lead you to that outcome. So in this moment, you need to make a decision that you're going to level up your life, level up your physique, and start finally reaching your full potential, because you've been leaving shit on the table to this point. And I want to see you win, bro. So if you want one-on-one help, leveling up your physique, leveling up your mindset, and being held accountable on this decision that you made to become the best version of you, then hit the link in the description, book a one-on-one call with me, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together. So make that decision. Be bold. Enough being average. It's time to step into your new reality and reach your full potential.